hot summer sun beats down on our heroes' heads as they scramble to make camp. A tropical island paradise surrounds them, but this particular excursion is no holiday. Tatewaki Kuno retreats to deep thought as he is faced with a mission most impossible: repairing the hole in his tattered yacht Lady Binsense, measuring a full arm's length in diameter. The others have naturally fallen into key roles. Akane and Ryoga tackle the manual labor, while Ukyo and Shampoo make sure our hard workers have a steady influx of food. Others, like Ranma, Toma, and Hapasai, give in to the carefree lollygagging that comes with the crashing surf, the fresh salty sea air, and the tropical vista immersing their senses. Little did they know, things were about to take a turn for the worse. For Kasumi Tendo, the eldest of Son Tendo's children, disappeared in broad daylight, spirited away without a trace, and where she once sat, in her place was a succulent peach. Nightfall. Still no sign of Kasumi. Could she have been kidnapped? No, of course not. This was a deserted island after all. Unbeknownst to our heroes, this was to be the start of a trend. It wasn't before long when Ukyo, Shampoo, and Nabiki also vanished. In their stead, the only evidence were the peaches. As if it weren't obvious before, evil forces were definitely at work here. On this uncharted isle, there was a sinister presence everywhere which threatened their every move. An evil that lurks in the darkest shadows. Who was the culprit behind these kidnappings? And why?
Ladies and gentlemen, the ruler of Togenkyo, the prince of prestidigitation, the maestro of the mirage, it's Prince Toma!
Though he may look like a soft, spoiled child, do not underestimate this young man's ability. He is a practitioner of mysterious, unwritten techniques never before seen to the human eye. He has impeccable hand-to-hand fighting skills. Like Rama Toma, he possesses such speed it's tough to pinpoint his exact movement. He carries at his side at all times the very deadly Illusion Sword, a glowing vorpal blade with which he is deadly proficient. Aside from the awesome stabbing and slicing power, the sword allows for the manipulation of illusion, which is Prince Toma's forte, to trick his opponent into seeing things that aren't actually there. Psychosomatic are his attacks, such as the Yogan Ran Digidan, for they will inflict very real damage if, and only if his opponent believes they are real. Through massive meditation on the part of the opponent, these attacks can be nullified, but to the uninitiated, claims of illusion can burn just like the real thing. On the floating island called Togenkyo, now on the coast of the uncharted island to which our heroes are stranded, Prince Toma rules with an iron fist. He resides in a palatial labyrinth in the center of the island, and lives a life of luxury. He has enough servants to run a country. They wait on him, take care of him like family. Oh, and they kidnap young shipwrecked women as bridal candidates. Toma has a sprawling ballroom filled with bathing beauties, and he makes them compete in silly contests to ultimately decide who will have the distinct honor of ruling Togenkyo with he, side by side, as husband and wife. Of course the women are going to comply. True, they were taken against their will, but who could turn down the promise of infinite wealth and a life in tropical paradise? But why kidnap these women? Toma is rich, powerful, and good-looking. Certainly he should be able to woo his own fiancée. He does it because he has no choice. The island of Togenkyo is a cursed land in limbo from the outside world. The waters that run through its natural springs have magical properties, almost like a Nanichuan. Those who come into contact with them turn instantly into a man. One touch is all it takes. Prince Toma carries a gourd on his belt which contains a small sample of this water, which is an inescapable temptation to Ranma Toma. One mere splash would remove his Nanichuan curse forever. Water is the essence of life, and its curse ensured the island of Togenkyo be populated by men and man-animal hybrids. Rather than go gay, Prince Toma decided to look for his women elsewhere. If you ask Prince Toma what exactly he is looking for in a wife, he wouldn't be able to tell you. And he may come across as domineering and pompous the way he makes all these girls humiliate themselves for his amusement. But there are deep psychological roots to Toma's behavior. Having lost his mother at a very young age, he is subconsciously looking for a special type of woman. One who can mother him, someone to take care of him and keep him in line. Well, who better to lay down the law than the brutish Akane Tendo? She may not seem like the ideal wife, but to each his own, I guess. Although Toma plays the role of the antagonist in many ways, his plight is so sad and pitiful that even his captor Akane Tendo feels obligated to try and help him. But how can you help a boy disturbed by a troubled childhood? His mind may be burned beyond repair. Toma never travels without an entourage. He keeps his 3 elite soldiers at his side at all times. Half-human, half-animal warriors with exceptional skill, and would gladly lay their lives down for their master. Wonton, a half-human, half-dog sentry of Prince Toma who may be more of a pet than a loyal soldier. Though his brain is the size of a flea, he is a hulking mountain of muscle, and like man's best friend, he is loyal and obedient to his master's every whim. If ordered to pop your head off, he will. His no-nonsense style coupled with his less-than-stellar brain power makes him a natural enemy to Tatewaki Kuno. Toristan, a half-human, half-bird, has a real yin-yang personality. In person, he is prim, proper, and flamboyant. In the throes of battle, however, he is furious and insane. He wears a creepy mask at all times, mostly to hide his stupidly ugly face, which is impossible not to laugh at. Being half-bird, Toristan launches an aerial assault against his foes, launching debilitating feather needles, not unlike Archangel from X-Men. His signature maneuver, Feather Blizzard, leaves his opponent in a haze open to further attacks. Toristan's speed, agility, and powers of flight make him a perfect enemy to Moose. Sarutaru, the human-monkey hybrid who acts as Toma's right-hand man. His attacks mainly implement shadows to do his bidding. He can travel within shadows and move at horrific speeds. He can also suck people down into the darkness, which is how he was able to transport all the kidnapped women to his master. His greatest weapon by far is a maneuver called Shadowfall, in which he wraps his opponent in a ball of shadows and attacks his mind with living nightmares. Sarutaru's elite status and cognizance of mental attacks makes him the consummate nemesis to Ryoga Hibiki.
Fire! Destroy them all!
Prince Toma, a diamond upon high, a dark knight in a despicable land, a warrior of destiny. Toma will prove to be one of Ranma Saotome's greatest enemies. He is a constantly changing fiber of mystery that Ranma will struggle to consistently solve. Just when you think you know the answers, he changes the questions. For Ranma to succeed against this enigmatic foe, he will need equal parts brute strength and great intelligence. He will need to open his mind to the inexplicable, for Toma's story technique, much like his life, is impossible for mere mortals to comprehend. Who is he, really? Can he be stopped? Is this real? Or is it just...
This has been a Ranma 1/2 character profile. Special thanks go out to Treeborn Kettle Girl, Patty6485, Kit Katie, Shibby Guy 101, Cougar Girl 1000, and Shampoo 1/2 for the requests.